Now Jesse steps into America's most controversial conspiracy, the attacks of 9/11.
Wake up! Wake up! Grab brush and put a little makeup! Wake up! Wake up!
Welcome to Wake Up Calls. I'm here to wake you up and make you question your outlook on life. Hello clueless people. Today's episode is extremely controversial. In fact, up till now, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this topic, but after rewatching this show that I'm going to mash up, I feel compelled to dig through the whole 9/11 conspiracy. I realized that other people have done videos on 9/11 or the conspiracy of 9/11, but none of them had their facts straight, nor did they have any actual evidence to back up their point of views. I'll admit that conspiracy theory hosted by Jesse Ventura is extremely hokey and cheesy, but if you set that aside and focus on the information that Jesse and his team dig up, you will be absolutely floored. So, sit back and watch this.
William Rodriguez was a maintenance worker at No. 2 World Trade Center. He has a story that not only contradicts the official 9/11 account, but shakes it to its very foundation.
At 8:46, while we're talking in front of the office, we hear BAH! An explosion very loud. Push us upwards. Upwards. All the walls shaked. They cracked. The false ceiling fell on top of us. The sprinkler system got activated. Water started spewing everywhere. Everybody screaming in horror. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Now, was this a result from the plane hitting?
No. This is before the plane hitting the tower.
So this explosion
came from below. But the first thing that I thought it was that it came from the mechanical room that was on the basement No. 2 tower.
So these two explosions were completely separate.
Completely separate.
The official 9/11 story says hijacked jets brought down the towers, not explosive devices.
If you can remember, how much time would you say was between the two explosions?
6 to 7 seconds difference.
That close?
That close. And I wasn't the only one that felt this. There were the 14 people inside the office.
Did all you people tell this to the 9/11 Commission?
I testified for the 9/11 Commission behind closed doors.
Why behind closed doors?
Well, my speculation was that they didn't want the story to be out.
Okay, we are going to look at Stephen Jones. He's a former physics professor from Brigham Young University. Now, he analysed dust samples from September 11th and says that he found explosive residue in it.
Really?
Governor, my name is Van Romero, and I understand you have some questions about superthermite. Well, let's do an experiment. The first step in the experiment is to make the liquid superthermite. We mix it in with the paint. Once we make the mixture in the lab, we take it out into the field to do the test. Before we apply superthermite to a beam, let's take a beam without superthermite on it and subject it to a fire. 3, 2, 1, fire. As you can see, fire burns and the beam slowly heats up.
The beam burns briefly, but it does not melt.
Now let's paint the superthermite onto the metal beam, subject it to a fire, see what happens. Fire! As we expected, the beam with the thermite is burning much brighter. Wow. It's a much hotter fire than we had before. So the temperature is going to rise in this beam more than it would in the beam without the thermite. Does it burn long enough and hot enough so that we have structural failure?
All right. Anybody still got any doubts? Alex?
I do. I mean, listen, it's one thing to say that this thing can be liquefied and used as paint. It's another thing to say that it was used at the World Trade Center site.
Rodriguez told me construction was a daily thing there.
Yeah.
That every floor when a tenant moved out, construction took place. What happens then? Painting. And painters could be painting this stuff on and not even know it. I'd like to see him lift that door so we could see what would be beyond that, maybe. No access to that. Get up here! Get up here! This is what they don't want me to see. We've tried to get in this building. We can't even get in it now. The door's locked. You can see girders, obviously from the 9/11 site. Were they tested for superthermite? I doubt it. Look at all that dust. That's where they'd find it. Why won't they give us access to this building? What is the reason for it?
There's no way in. The contents of Hangar 17 remain sealed. But the investigation has only begun.
This has been Wake Up Calls. Hopefully I woke you up and made you question your outlook on life.